Right now on Morning News Now, tributes and tribulations. Thousands in Arizona gathering over the weekend to remember conservative activist Charlie Kirk. President Trump himself on hand, hailing Kirk as a martyr while slinging searing attacks at his political opponents. Elsewhere across the country, the issue of free speech is taking center stage. We've got more on that in just a moment. Also this morning, masks off. California becoming the first state in the nation to ban most law enforcement officers from covering their faces. But are federal agents required to follow a law implemented by a single state? We will dive into the legal challenges already brewing. Plus, we'll take you inside the Trump administration's fight for a deal to save TikTok here in the U.S. The massive media moguls who could now be part of the conversation, and what users need to know this morning about the app's uncertain future. And later in the hour, why that fabled song of the summer is eluding music lovers this year, and the debate online over streaming's impact on the way we listen. I do feel like there's usually a clear one, and this year it didn't feel that way.
I'm not sure, but I also probably am still listening to songs from 2 years ago.
It's on the song of the summer of 2023.
Good morning. Good to have you with us on a Monday. I'm Joe Fryer.
And I'm Savannah Sellers. We are going to begin a new week this morning with President Trump arriving here in New York later today to take part in the UN General Assembly. The president is set to speak Tuesday morning at the United Nations for the annual gathering of global leaders. But ahead of that trip, Mr. Trump is expected to make an announcement today regarding autism.
The Washington Post is citing 4 people familiar with the matter. It is reporting the Trump administration will raise concerns about pregnant women's use of the active ingredient in Tylenol. The administration is expected to announce the possibility it could be linked to an increased risk of autism in children. President Trump addressed the report last night while traveling back to Washington after speaking at that memorial for murdered conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
I think it's a very big factor. We have various things, but you'll see what it is. I think it's going to be a very important news conference. And we want things to take effect immediately. So there's obviously something artificial that's really wrong. And we think we know what that is.
Over the weekend, the president called out his own attorney general, Pam Bondi, on social media. He's putting public pressure on her to take swift legal action against several of his political opponents. NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba joins us now with all these headlines. Monica, good morning. So let's start with the Trump administration's expected announcement today about autism. Earlier this year, we know Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced the government would launch studies on possible links to autism. Well, now the Washington Post reports the White House is going to announce Tylenol use during early pregnancy could lead to an increased risk of autism. What do we expect to hear today? Are we already hearing some reaction to this? Because it's pretty controversial.
It certainly is, Joe and Savannah, and this is something that the president and Secretary Kennedy have said that they were going to look into. They've been promising some kind of answers on this question. They have been saying that there are going to be more people assigned to research it, and ultimately today the president is expected, according to that Washington Post reporting, to say that there could be a government warning about using Tylenol in particular in those early weeks of pregnancy, because there could be a link. Again, it's unclear what kind of exact data or backing they're going to provide for that. But they're also going to be talking about the fact that if a pregnant woman has a fever, then it might be okay to use the Tylenol, but it should be used sparingly, according to this reporting. But otherwise, it is something that should be considered when deciding what to take if you're pregnant. In addition to that, according to the Washington Post and these people familiar with the announcement, there's also going to be discussion of a new drug they believe could even address autism. And that is something, again, that they are going to try to show maybe some backup data and reasoning for that we, the public and journalists, haven't seen yet, but that the HHS secretary will say they are going to continue to study and that they want to bring more information on that. And we should note that Tylenol and its makers and the people who run Tylenol met with White House officials in the last couple of weeks, but they have not commented yet on this new announcement expected later today.
Monica, I want to ask you what Joe just mentioned about a moment ago, too. President Trump active on social media over the weekend and specifically publicly calling on his attorney general, Pam Bondi, demanding she prosecute his political adversaries. Here's that post on your screen. The president also named a former defense attorney of his to replace a U.S. attorney he forced out a day earlier. Walk us through what transpired with all this over the weekend.
Yeah, and as you see on that message, it starts with the words Pam, almost appearing like it was perhaps a message directed just for her, but that he posted publicly. But in any case, the president then followed up with another post saying that really his message here and what he's trying to say is that he wants to see more action from the Justice Department. It's a pretty blatant call on investigations into some of his political foes. Specifically, he is talking about people like former FBI Director James Comey, California Senator Adam Schiff, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and he is saying that he clearly wants to see more done. That is what the president is saying. But in a follow-up post, he said he also does love Pam Bondi. He said he thinks she's doing a great job, but he argues that she is being hampered by some of these prosecutors who could be doing more with potential investigations. So he did announce that there is going to be a new person who could potentially look into some of this. But you guys know this. These are really sensitive inquiries or probes, some of which don't exist yet, but that the president is just talking about openly as may be happening.
And Monica, speaking of the Justice Department, we're hearing that the DOJ shut down an investigation into President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan. According to people familiar with the probe and to internal documents, Homan accepted $50,000 from undercover FBI agents. Real quick here, what do we know about this?
So this is something that took place last year with undercover FBI agents who were watching this because somebody told them that they believed that Tom Homan, if Donald Trump won the election, which obviously he did, and if he was put in this prominent place of being the border czar, they said he could be at risk of taking bribes, which, again, they allege, according to MSNBC reporting with people familiar with the probe and these internal documents, that he took $50,000 in a bag to then help border security companies get access to government contracts potentially. Again, that is what they are saying was part of this inquiry and probe that was started under the last administration. But when Donald Trump did take office and the Trump administration started, that probe was ultimately closed. The White House is pushing back on all of this, saying that that was a politically motivated investigation back under Biden officials.
All right, Monica, a lot to cover this morning. Thank you.
Well, conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was remembered at a memorial service yesterday, more than a week after he was assassinated during a campus event at Utah Valley University. Tens of thousands of people, including President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, gathered in Kirk's home state of Arizona to pay their respects. NBC News correspondent Jay Gray was at the memorial at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. He joins us from there this morning. Hi, Jay. Good morning.
Savannah, good morning to you. And you know, the stadium just behind us here, it wasn't large enough to handle the crowds of supporters, 95,000 or more who gathered here hours before the memorial, many spilling out and into an arena across the street, all wanting to be a part of the memorial to Charlie Kirk. Part church service, then part political rally. 95,000 or more gather in Glendale, Arizona Sunday, pulled there by Charlie Kirk's message and to share one of their own.
I believe everybody should have the right to free speech and not get shot for it here in the United States in 2025.
The 31-year-old activist and influencer, remembered by friends, fans, and colleagues as a Christian and conservative martyr.
Charlie was not silenced. His movement is only beginning.
A message echoed as a half dozen members of President Trump's cabinet and Vice President J.D. Vance, one by one, stepped to the stage, followed by Kirk's widow, Erica.
But I will miss him. I will miss him so much.
Wrought with emotion, she shares the pain of her loss, leaning on her faith, she says, to forgive the man accused of killing her husband and promising to grow their message and mission.
Every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
President Trump closing the more than 5-hour memorial.
I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history.
His eulogy, at times spinning into a discussion of his administration's initiatives and swipes at political opponents,
The radical left lunatics,
including former President Joe Biden, before calling Kirk's widow back to the stage to a standing ovation. as a banner of her late husband is unfurled from the stadium's rafters. Now, during the memorial, just as he did hours after his death, the president said he would soon posthumously award Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Savannah, that's the nation's highest civilian honor.
All right, Jay, thank you very much.
Charlie Kirk's death is also igniting a national debate about the future of free speech in America and the role that the government plays in what you see and hear. NBC News correspondent Dana Griffin takes a closer look.
We just have a difference of a worldview.
A staunch proponent of free speech, Charlie Kirk openly debated hot-button issues.
Go bring 10 libs. You can all have your phones, and you could debate me, and I'll have no notes, and we'll see who wins.
But in the wake of his death, that fundamental right is being challenged. A presidential warning.
I would think maybe their license should be taken away. It will be up to Brendan Kirk.
We're allowed to disagree in this country.
Many Americans say they're concerned over perceived pressure by FCC Chair Brendan Carr.
Senator, do you believe that Brendan Carr's comments were appropriate?
Absolutely inappropriate. I'll fight any attempt by the government to get involved with speech. I will fight.
As questions remain over whether ABC will return Jimmy Kimmel to air after the late-night comedy host claimed the suspect may have been part of MAGA.
MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
According to 3 sources familiar with the federal investigation, there is no evidence connecting the suspect with any left-wing groups. Meanwhile, the Defense Department telling journalists they can no longer gather or report information, even if unclassified, unless it's been authorized by the government. The debate ramping up frustrations across generations.
The country has gone into a terrible discourse, and it needs to stop and turn it off so that we can all get along.
He had the right to say that, but there are still consequences for your actions.
Turning Point USA also weighing in at Charlie's memorial.
We believe free speech is there to protect even ugly speech, vile speech, and there should be no classification for hate speech.
Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Well, over the weekend, California became the first state to ban most law enforcement officers, including federal agents, from covering their faces during operations. So in this bill signing on Saturday, Governor Gavin Newsom said the state is pushing back against the practice of masked agents detaining people on the streets.
The impact of these policies all across this city, our state and nation are terrifying. It's like a dystopian sci-fi movie. Unmarked cars, people en masse, people quite literally disappearing. Immigrants have rights, and we have the right to stand up and push back, and that's what we're doing here today.
Immigration raids in Los Angeles that prompted protests and led President Trump to deploy the National Guard there. This new California law is set to take effect in January. It is, though, expected to face legal challenges.
For more on this, let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Ceballos. Danny, good morning. So we are getting some pushback here from Trump administration officials, and I want to pull up also a post on X. This is from the acting U.S. attorney for the Central District of California, essentially saying the state does not have jurisdiction over the federal government, and adding that the ban has no effect on their operations. Danny, is there truth to that? Can federal agents be required to follow a state's law?
No. And this is a ban that is not going to last long in the courts. I mean, this goes back to, and I can't believe I'm citing one of these cases, 1819, McCulloch v. Maryland. The Congress tried to set up a national bank, and Maryland tried to tax it. And the Supreme Court said hundreds of years ago that you can't do that as a state. You can't interfere with federal operations when federal agents are carrying out their lawful duties under color of law. You can't regulate their uniform. You can't regulate virtually anything about what they do. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I'm very aware of this. The FBI, they do what they want to do. They don't listen to local police or local laws. I mean, it's just something that the state of California cannot do. So will it face legal challenges? Yes, and those challenges will be successful. You know, I don't like to forecast one way or another. This one seems like a clear loser.
What do the next steps look like here? Obviously, we assume the Trump administration wants to challenge us. How do they do that?
They go to court, likely federal court, and I imagine they'll lose at the district court, the Court of Appeals, and then I don't even know that the Supreme Court would take it up, because to me, it's a pretty clear and settled area of the law. As I said, it's one of the foundational cases that we talk about in law school, along with Marbury v. Madison. The next one you bring up is McCulloch v. Maryland, and that has been the law for centuries, literally.
Governor Newsom also signed legislation Saturday. This prevents immigration agents from entering schools, healthcare facilities without a warrant. Do undocumented immigrants have legal protections in these spaces? Do you think that is going to face any legal pushback?
Well, that's a great question, because whether or not they have protection is still separate from the issue of can the states regulate the way that federal law enforcement or federal agents carry out their duties? And the answer is probably not. Before we even reach the individual liberties of people and whether or not parents need to be notified or whether or not California can even regulate that, they probably can. They can regulate what the schools do. They can say to the schools, thou shalt notify the parents if ICE agents show up. What they can't do is tell ICE agents how to carry out their law enforcement activities. So that, too, is likely to face challenge. It's not as clearly going to be struck down as, say, regulating face masks, but I think it's also likely to get struck down as well.
All right. Danny Ceballos, thank you so much.
Over the weekend, the Trump administration gave new details about what and who might be included in the potential deal to bring control of TikTok into the U.S. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the administration is 100% confident that a deal is done. President Trump now says that media moguls Rupert Murdoch and his son Lachlan will likely play a role in leading the social media platform once it is spun off from total Chinese ownership. Of course, Savannah's been following this one closely here, so we'll tap into her expertise. Let's start with what we know about the Murdochs, what role they might play, and do we know if there's anyone else who might play a role as well?
Yeah, so this Murdoch detail was new, and it was a big one. They have not been a family or a company, being Fox Corporation, that have been in the mix here or being discussed at all. What we do understand, though, a source familiar with these developments says that that is probably what it's going to be, is that it's more of a Fox involvement rather than an individual involvement from one of the Murdochs. We're hearing that from a source familiar with the developments here. We also did hear confirmed that Larry Ellison will be involved. That's something we had been anticipating. Of course, his company Oracle hosts all the data. Basically, TikTok doesn't work in the U.S. without Oracle, so they really already have this strong business relationship. And we have even heard the president in the past say he would be happy for Larry to own TikTok. So we think he's going to take a big piece of this. And finally, also kind of a new name in this mix, Michael Dell. People might know Dell Computers, Dell Technology, their CEO. That was another name that we heard this weekend. So that's three people we sort of have confirmed at this point, at least from the administration's perspective, and they say this deal is close to done.
We know late last week, the president spoke on the phone with Chinese President Xi, and one of the key factors that came out of this is hearing that the U.S. would have control of the app's algorithm, which I think is important to a lot of lawmakers.
It is important to a lot of lawmakers. I think it's also really kind of important to TikTok users to understand what that's going to look like, because people are wondering, does that mean that the algorithm stays the same? Does it mean that they're kind of handing over technology? Does it continue to be updated in the way that is very unique to TikTok and what's kind of made the app such a success? When you point out important to lawmakers, it most certainly is. That's one of those big questions that kind of got us started in the whole place when it comes to national security. How that's going to work, we don't know yet. We don't know if there'll be some type of break where it's almost like a different version of the app kind of has to take over. So those are the types of details we're still waiting on. But a big one to hear anything mentioned about the algorithm straight from the White House team, essentially acknowledging that that's clearly been a major point of conversation between these two entities.
Do we know if ByteDance would have any control of anything?
So we know right now, we heard also from Caroline, as you mentioned a moment ago, that Americans would hold 6 of 7 board seats on this new TikTok. So that leads us to believe there's speculation that could mean that last seat does retain some Chinese ownership, just that like tiny little bit. But it's a really good question when it comes to the algorithm, because if the U.S. controls it, the big question will be, does that take away the concern that China could influence essentially what is shown to Americans on the app? And that big question about the algorithm. Also, the data piece of this, which was a big concern for national security. It sounds that it will kind of remain working the way that it is right now, which is that Oracle, just as it does right now, sort of houses, controls all that data of U.S. users and also kind of actually physically stores it here in the United States. But certainly big questions lawmakers still have about what this looks like in practice.
My guess is we'll hear more questions and answers as the week goes on.
Exactly.
All right, let's shift gears now and get to your morning news now, weather.
We have Michelle Grossman here in studio. She is tracking storms that are moving across the plains this morning. Hey, Michelle, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, it was a stormy weekend, and we're going to keep those storms in place today. The last day of summer's fall arrives right around 2:19. Need the umbrellas in many spots because we're looking at a storm system that's bringing some rain to portions of the plains, to the Great Lakes, and some of these could be strong to severe. And also, we do have a flood risk because we're going to see some of these storms producing lots of rainfall. Texas heat well above normal for this time of year, and actually a lot lot of the eastern part of the nation is looking at temperatures well above normal. So let's talk about those scattered storms. There's that area of low pressure bringing those storms, a few severe storms from Texas to Iowa. As we go throughout tomorrow, this will move off to the east. So then we're talking about places from Tennessee to Texas with a chance for some strong storms and along with some really gusty winds and also some heavy rainfall. Those are the main threats. Damaging hail we could see. We could see an isolated tornado or two possible. Where you see these yellow shading areas, we're looking at Omaha, Oklahoma City. That is the likeliest spot for seeing some stronger to severe storms. But the risk for scattered storms extends all the way from the southern plains to the Great Lakes and also portions of the interior parts of the Northeast. This is what it looks like in terms of rainfall. Locally, 5 inches. You notice all these brighter colors corresponding to the higher amounts on the legend here, and that's what we're going to see. So really much of the plains could see some heavy rainfall into the Tennessee Valley, into the Ohio Valley, and along the Appalachians as well. Let's talk about the tropics because that's heating up as well. Gabrielle became a hurricane overnight, now a Category 1 storm. Good news is that we're going to see it make its right-hand turn. It's going to start to make that northward turn this morning, and then we're going to see it blossom into a Category 3 storm. So it's really going to strengthen, but we're not expecting any landfall. Could see some large swells, are seeing some large swells in Bermuda, and that could extend into portions of North Carolina as well. And then, guys, we're watching 2 other areas in the Atlantic that could develop into a tropical depression, but we're going to watch that closely.
It's that time of year, Michelle. Thank you. Appreciate it. Much more to come on this Monday edition of Morning News Now. A little later, we're going to dig into what you need to know about some new COVID vaccine guidance from the CDC right as we head into fall.
First, though, after the break, some of America's closest allies now formally recognizing Palestine as its own state. But will the move bring about change to the devastation playing out in Gaza? We will take a look. That's up next. We're back with a major announcement by some of America's closest allies. Leaders from around the world are set to gather at the United Nations General Assembly that's here in New York tomorrow, where the war in Gaza will be at the top of the agenda. Well, now, 3 of America's most consistent partners, Britain, Canada, and Australia, have formally recognized a Palestinian state. And as NBC News correspondent Danielle Hamamdjian reports, the move is deepening global divides over support for Israel.
Britain played a major role in the creation of Israel. Now, it's also backing a Palestinian state.
The United Kingdom formally recognizes the state of Palestine.
Words the Palestinian envoy to the UK has long waited to hear.
This moment carries profound meaning.
Around the same time, Canada and Australia also recognized Palestine, with France set to follow. The group hoping they can revive negotiations that could finally bring peace to the region. 2 states, Israel and Palestine, living side by side. But the move is a break with U.S. policy and has infuriated Benjamin Netanyahu. You are giving a huge reward to terrorism, and I have another message for you, he said. It will not happen. Israeli airstrikes on Gaza City leading to desperate scenes like this, with hundreds of thousands fleeing their homes. And some of those added to the death toll had yet to be born. These tiny bodies killed not by airstrikes, but due to the stress of the journey and malnutrition. The conflict still killing the most vulnerable and innocent after nearly 2 years.
Our thanks to Danielle Hamamdjian for that report. Well, recognition will give Palestinians more diplomatic standings, but it remains a largely symbolic gesture.
More international headlines this morning. Officials from Germany and Sweden say another Russian jet was intercepted over the Baltic Sea.
NBC News International correspondent Claudio Labanga joins us from Rome with that and more world news in 60 seconds. Hey, Claudio, good morning.
Savannah, Joe, good morning. Well, that's right. This is only the latest in a series of Russian incursions with planes and drones, which led to heightened tension with NATO. It started a couple of weeks ago when Russian drones were shot down over Poland. Then on Friday, Estonia said 3 Russian fighter jets entered its airspace. And now, on Sunday, German and Swedish fighter jets intercepted a Russian plane that entered international airspace over the Baltic Sea. Let's go to the Philippines now, where people are bracing for the impact of a powerful super typhoon carrying winds of over 165 miles per hour. Tens of millions of people could be impacted by the typhoon, which is an equivalent of a Category 5 hurricane and is considered one of the strongest storms in the world this year. And let's end this tour of the world here in Rome, where the city's main airport opened a dog resort to allow owners to leave their pets in a safe and fine environment while they travel. Dogs will enjoy rooms with temperature-controlled floors, private gardens, ambient music at night, and will be even pampered by grooming, bathing, teeth cleaning, and aromatherapy. Well, guys, something tells me that when the owners are going to go back to collect them, the dogs may not want to go home after all.
Yeah,
to you guys.
No kidding.
I always think stuff like that's funny, because what's your dog going to do? Like, let you know they didn't get the aromatherapy treatment?
Right, exactly.
But, you know, good for them.
Hopefully they earn some miles, too, while they're doing it. All right. Thanks, Claudio.
Thank you. Coming up, some new COVID vaccine guidance as we head into fall.
Yeah, when Morning News Now returns, who the CDC now says should get the latest shot and how it could impact younger Americans who are looking for a little extra protection against the virus. The doctor is in next. We're back with developments from the CDC's newly selected advisory panel. Members voted Friday to narrow their recommendations on who should get a COVID shot this fall. NBC News correspondent Ann Thompson has the details.
Potentially more confusion over this season's COVID shot, following new recommendations from the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Panel. Instead of recommending it for all adults, the panel voting to make it an individual decision, preferably with your doctor. In a contentious vote needing the chair to break a tie,
we have 6 votes for no. We have 6 votes for yes.
The panel opted not to recommend that states require a prescription for the shot. Both government providers and private insurers say they will continue to cover the COVID vaccines. Overall, better news than infectious disease doctor Buddy Creech expected.
What do you think that will do to the uptake?
We know that when we have softer recommendations for vaccines, uptake goes down. Patients tend to think they're not as important as a strong recommendation that everyone should get it.
This panel was handpicked by longtime vaccine skeptic Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., causing some states to break from the panel's recommendations, creating a hodgepodge of guidelines across the country.
What it does do is make it very confusing for anybody in the general public to try and understand whether or not they should or shouldn't get a COVID vaccine.
In a surprising move, the panel tabled proposed changes to the hepatitis B vaccine for newborns. Some members clearly frustrated over a lack of science and data about potential side effects, saying more discussion is still needed. Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
For more on this, let's bring in NBC News medical contributor, Dr. Natalie Azar. Dr. Azar, always good to have you with us. So just what do you make of these new softer recommendations on who should get the COVID shot? What do you think this is going to mean for healthy adults under 65 who want the vaccine?
Yeah, so look, I mean, I would agree with the doctor that Ann interviewed that this certainly isn't as restrictive as we were expecting. And I think a lot of people will hear this and say, well, great, you know, you can still get the shot if you want to. We didn't take your shots away from you. But I affirm that distinction, that critical nuanced distinction about the difference between making a recommendation for something, which means that experts have sifted through the evidence and have said that the balance of benefit outweighs any potential risk, and that we're doing this to improve the quality of life or even save your life. And so one thing that I think, a few key things that were really missing from this was really reestablishing the increased risk in 65 and older individuals. There was no conversation about children 6 months to 2 years. The AAP strongly recommends vaccination in that group. And of course, no discussion or vote on the recommendation for pregnant women. I should note again that the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology also endorses vaccination for pregnant women.
Dr. Azar, Anna just mentioned how making vaccination this individual decision could ultimately drive down the number of people who get the vaccine. How big of a concern is that for you, for healthcare professionals, especially this time of year?
Yeah, certainly. Well, one thing that I think is important is that they stress the importance of shared decision making. And I would say that the vast majority of patients have that conversation with their doctors. My patients who are on immunosuppressives still ask me if they should get a COVID-19 vaccine. The issue is that about a third of Americans don't have established relationships with primary care doctors. So they're kind of going to be left to wonder, should I get this or should I not? Pharmacists are also able, capable, and very willing to have that conversation with patients. But I worry again about the message that is sent that, you can if you want to, as opposed to the flu shot, which we, of course, very strongly encourage most Americans to get to protect them from severe disease and severe outcomes.
Well, we have you. We want to ask you about something we talked about at the top of the hour. The Washington Post is reporting the Trump administration, as early as today, could recommend against pregnant women taking Tylenol or acetaminophen. What has the research suggested up to this point?
Well, the research at this point is mixed, I would say, with the balance of research definitely not showing that there's any cause and effect here. However, there have been studies in the past that have shown some association potentially with a woman's taking of Tylenol in pregnancy and a potentially increased risk of autism. For now, again, the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology says that Tylenol, when taken, prudently, meaning that not for extended periods of time, not at very high doses, and not just for random aches and pains, but for either serious fever or serious pain, is both safe and appropriate. And so I certainly will be very, very eager to hear what they have to say and what research they are going to use to support that decision.
Some important questions this morning. Dr. Azar, thank you so much. Coming up, it is a common household chore that can definitely leave a stain on some folks' lists.
It's laundry day somewhere, so how can you make sure your favorite threads stay clean without spending all your money? We've got an expert who's going to break it all down up next.
Doing laundry seems simple enough. You throw in the dirty clothes, a detergent pod, a little time in the dryer, and you're done, right? Well, no. And we also understand one wrong move can cost you your favorite clothes and hurt your wallet, too. This morning, a fourth-generation dry cleaner and viral laundry influencer is sharing his top tips to help you avoid some costly mistakes. NBC News Now anchor Vicki Wynn has more.
This fit me earlier this week, and it's 100% wool, and something went drastically wrong in the washing process.
How do I fix my white shirt? I washed it with colored clothing, and it basically stained it.
It's a basic chore, but doing your laundry the wrong way can take an expensive toll. A recent survey found Americans ruin an average of 2 to 3 garments a year, costing over $8 billion in replacement clothing.
These are some common mistakes made and how to fix them when doing laundry.
To help consumers wash wisely, Zach Posnack, a fourth-generation dry cleaner in New York City, started posting these videos.
What's the best stain remover? You should know that hydrogen peroxide is a must-have for your laundry routine.
His tips have soaked up over 1 billion views, and he co-authored the laundry book with his father, Jerry.
Being able to give some of this information to the home user is important for both of us, because not everyone is going to use dry cleaning.
The easier you can get it done, the better.
One of the most common mistakes, too much laundry detergent. Okay, so how much should we be using?
I recommend starting at 2 tablespoons for liquid detergent.
So it's just underneath the 1 cup that they recommend. This is how much detergent you would recommend for a medium load, medium soil.
Yeah.
What would the manufacturer recommend?
They're saying probably between 3 and 4.
Okay.
So let's do 3. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's a lot more.
Wow, that is a lot more detergent. He warns too much soap can leave stains, actually weakens cleaning, and drags out wash cycles that wear out your clothes.
The most dangerous, harmful environment that your clothes will be in is the washing machine. So the longer they're in there, the more risk and damage that there could be.
Another culprit in laundry damage, too much hot water, causing fabric colors to fade.
So we have our unwashed swatches, cold and hot. I washed each of these 10 times. And these are the results.
Wow, hot water really changed the colors.
I just like to use hot water for really stinky or stained clothing. It really should just be used rarely.
Heat also shrinks clothes, so air dry or tumble dry on a low temperature when possible. In addition to saving on heating and detergent costs, Zach says using a few select products will extend the lifespan of your clothes. These are the things you think people should invest in.
Absolutely. I think a couple supplemental products are going to go a really long way.
His top recommendations, oxygen bleach like OxyClean for removing colored stains. He says never use chlorine-based bleach for laundry.
Chlorine bleach is very damaging to clothes and textiles and can also mess with the color.
And something that might already be in your medicine cabinet, hydrogen peroxide. It can remove armpit stains and ring around the collar after you wash the garment.
Just spray that on to your yellowed areas, let it air dry in the shade.
For extra stinky sports clothes, invest in a laundry sanitizer. And if a stain remains, keep it out of the dryer.
It's going to set the stain. It's literally cooking the stain into your clothing. So if you're not sure, let it air dry. And if it's still there, pre-treat it, wash it again, see how it looks.
To help consumers pick the best detergent, Zach developed a laundry detergent leaderboard using a strict data-driven approach.
We do 18 different stains across 5 different stain categories. We measure it before and after.
And so there is a new #1 now.
There's a new #1.
What is it?
It is Ariel powder. This 5-pound bag was $5, and it's only about 15 cents a load, which is below the average.
Finally, Jerry and Zach say long-lasting clothes start with smart shopping.
I wouldn't buy a garment that says do not wash, do not dry clean, spot clean only.
Why is that?
Because you basically bought a garment that cannot be cleaned effectively.
I say buy better, not more.
Our thanks to Vicki Wynn for all those useful tips.
Yeah.
Let's get some financial headlines now. The Trump administration is blocking the shuttering of a U.S. steel production plant.
CNBC's Silvana Henao joins us with that and other money news. Hi, Silvana. Good morning.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Yes, so the Trump administration used its so-called golden share of U.S. Steel to block plans to shut down production at an Illinois plant this fall, and that's according to the Wall Street Journal, which reports that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told U.S. Steel CEO that the administration wouldn't allow production to stop and would implement its golden share authority over the plant operations. Now, the White House secured the golden ticket after approving the $14 billion takeover of U.S. Steel by Japan's Nippon Steel. Membership-based clubs such as Costco, BJ's, and Sam's Club are growing across the U.S. All 3 retailers are opening more locations across the country. Now, since the pandemic began, Costco stock is up more than 200%, and BJ's is up more than 300%. And analysts say Gen Z and millennial shoppers have helped fuel the growth as trendier brands and digital offerings attract those customers. And another box office record for the world of anime. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, that topped the box office for the 2nd straight weekend. Now, despite falling 76% from its opening weekend, it finished #1 again with $17 million at the U.S. box office, guys.
It is hot right now.
It sure is, yeah.
Between that and K-pop and everything.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
everyone is just.
Oh my God!
Love to see
That's
it.
what everyone talks about.
Yeah.
Thanks, Savannah.
Thank you. All right, well, it's a big day at NASA, where later today we'll meet the newest astronaut class. The lucky few in this group will very likely be among those to one day land on the moon, maybe even Mars. NBC News senior correspondent Tom Costello joins us now from the Johnson Space Center in Houston. Tom, good morning. I mean, this is just about every kid's dream.
Listen, how many of us actually applied to be an astronaut just so we can hang the rejection letter on our wall at home, right? We all wanted to be in that kind of a spaceship. This is Orion. That's the mock-up. And that spaceship is what will eventually, next spring, take astronauts around the moon. But to be an astronaut, you've really got to have your stuff together, right? You got to be really smart, really good at some hard science. You've also got to be a good, easygoing person who gets along with everybody, because you could be locked in a spaceship on a 3-year round trip to Mars. It was 3 weeks ago that the future of NASA roared off a SpaceX launch pad in Texas. A near-perfect test flight for Starship, the biggest rocket ever built, to one day carry astronauts to a moon landing and maybe someday Mars. Today, NASA will introduce its newest astronaut class, those who could one day be chosen for those future missions. And NASA is making a big publicity push.
They will become masters of mechanics, learn new languages, space medicine, and learn critical survival skills for the harsh environments of Earth and in space.
Out of 8,000 applicants, only 10 made the cut. What are you looking for in a new astronaut?
We're looking for highly intelligent, highly capable teammates, folks that we're really entrusting our lives to.
They've got a lot of work ahead of them, including 2 years of rigorous training. Meanwhile, other astronauts will soon head to the moon with NASA's Artemis program. Remember the uncrewed Artemis 1 test flight in 2022? Well, now a crewed Artemis 2 could launch by next April. Artemis 2 is a 10-day mission slingshotting around the moon with 4 astronauts on board, testing all of the crew systems before the next mission, Artemis 3, lands on the moon. The Artemis 2 crew will make a very big loop around the moon, flying further from the Earth than any humans ever. Mission Commander Reed Weissman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian fighter pilot astronaut Jeremy Hansen. Last year, Al sat down with all 4 here at NASA.
When people ask you, why do we need to go back to the moon? What do you say to them?
We are humans. We are built to explore.
But America has competition.
We're pushing our partners. We're pushing NASA. We're in a second space race right now.
NASA wants to land Artemis 3 astronauts on the moon in 2027 or 28, while China is also hoping to land its own astronauts there by 2030.
And what's important with this mission is what we learn on this mission to the moon is going to help us to actually put American boots on Mars.
But to get to Mars, NASA will first need to build a base on the moon.
Going back to the moon, going back there in a sustainable way. And so such a privilege to welcome a new class to join us on that journey.
Oh, Tom, just so exciting for them. Also, speaking of Mars, NASA just announced that it may have found compelling evidence that life may have existed there a long time ago. Tell us about this.
Yeah, that's right. So they have now, with their Perseverance rover, detected some rocks in a dry riverbed on Mars. And these rocks show some leopard spots, they say. And that may be a signature for ancient microbial life that existed billions of years ago, right? Not today, but billions of years ago. All the more reason they really want to get humans on Mars to actually pick up the samples that they've already collected with the rovers, but also to do their own experiments. But guys, I'm telling you, if you go, it is a long journey. 3 years, you better get along with your fellow astronauts, right?
No kidding. Wow. Tom, so cool for them, though. Thank you so much. Well, that is not the only thing going on at NASA. While we tend to get wrapped up in what's going on down here on Earth, outer space does have its own weather, and storms from the sun can harm satellites, astronauts, even impact electrical systems right here on Earth.
Tomorrow morning, NASA is launching 3 new spacecraft that will map space weather and investigate the sun's influence all across our solar system.
For more on this, let's bring in Nikki Rail. She's the NASA Heliophysics Deputy Division Director. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So what are you hoping to learn from the data collected by these 3 spacecraft?
So we're hoping to kind of revolutionize some of our understanding of the sun. We have these 3 spacecraft. We have our Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, or our IMAP mission. We have our Carruthers Geocorona Observatory. And also riding along with us is NOAA's Space Weather Follow-on L1 mission. And all of these instruments that are going to be collecting data are going to help better our understanding of the energy flowing from the sun that we call space weather and how it interacts with Earth and beyond into our solar system.
So my understanding is our sun creates this massive protective bubble. What is it? Why is it so critical for space exploration and also just for our life here on Earth?
So our neighborhood star, the sun, is putting out a tremendous amount of energy all the time that's flowing towards Earth. As that energy or solar wind flows towards Earth, creating space weather, it pushes away the material that's between other stars and out into deep space and interstellar space. And as that material is pushed out, it forms this big protective bubble around Earth and the near planets in our solar system. And we call that protective bubble the heliosphere. It's responsible for being able to maintain life on Earth, keeping it habitable so we're safe, and protecting those inner planets as well.
We just heard Tom mention there in his report that next year NASA will send astronauts around the moon with its Artemis program. Tell us why understanding space weather is critical for these human space flight missions that we see in this exploration.
So there's so much we need to know before we go. And as we return, humans and get boots on the ground to the moon and eventually move on to Mars, we really need to better understand the energy that's coming out from our sun, the space weather, because it does impact, human safety, it has impacts on communications and our spacecraft. And by quantifying how this energy flows out and interacts with the rest of our solar system, we can ensure that our astronauts stay safe, our spacecraft stay safe, and that we can maintain reliable communications as we go back to our deep exploration.
And I know what you work on is the Interstellar Mapping and Acceleration Probe, and it has a suite of 10 cutting-edge instruments on board. What's your favorite thing that it's going to study?
It's tricky, like you said, with 10. I have two favorite things. One is that it has so many instruments. We're getting this incredible system-level look. Usually we have a small slice of science that we're looking at because it's just really hard to get all those instruments up there. So being able to get this incredible measurement suite and also the dust measurements we're doing. We're going to be looking at dust signatures and picking up dust from, our galaxy, looking at signatures from other stars. And it's just so cool to me. They'll be able to see the fingerprints of other stars with our IMAP mission.
That is so cool. I feel like we're talking to a celebrity, someone who works at NASA. So exciting. Nikki, thank you so much for joining us. We love space news here. Great to have you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Well, coming up, we've got some good news for you on this Monday morning.
After the break, the father-son duo who forged an inseparable bond with one simple life-saving decision. We're going to explain next. We end this hour with a remarkable story of courage from a young boy.
The 10-year-old not only saved a life, his selfless decision to do so is inspiring others nationwide. NBC News Now anchor Hallie Jackson has the story.
Hey there, we've got a really special one for you about a second chance at life and the extra special bond between a father and son. 10-year-old Stephen Mondak isn't just a teammate.
There you go.
For his dad, Nick, he's a workout buddy.
Big hug.
And his hero. When Nick suffered a relapse of leukemia back in April, he desperately needed a stem cell donation to save his life. No matter how hard he looked, he couldn't find a match. But then, an idea.
At what point did you look to your right and think maybe that could be an option?
I'm thinking about my sons. I'm thinking about how much I still want to be around. And it kind of hit me that I'm not ready to go yet. And the doctor came in, I looked at him and said, could a 9-year-old who's 70 pounds donate enough stem cells to save me?
Careful not to put pressure on his son, Nick asked and explained the procedure. The answer, Stephen says, obvious.
I wanted to make my dad's cancer go away, and if I was sick, I would think he would do the same thing for me.
You did so good. I'm so proud of you.
The hospital collected his stem cells, and Nick went through his own procedure at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Finally discharged.
I got out of the hospital about 2 hours ago. This is the first time seeing my son in 3.5 weeks. He's number 7. I ended up donating 6 million stem cells to save my life.
And then an emotional reunion and relief at baseball practice.
You're your dad's hero. What's that like for you?
It was really good to save his life.
For Nick, who's healing every day, it's the greatest gift of all.
I used to hold this kid in my hand 10 years ago, and now he just completely altered the course of my life.
What does it mean to you that it was your son who did that?
There's that old saying that not all heroes wear capes. Well, mine didn't wear a cape. Mine put out a hospital gown and donated 6 million stem cells and saved my life.
It's an incredible show of strength and bravery on his part. Back to you.
Hallie, and he never has to give his dad a Father's Day gift ever again.
Wow, so sweet. Oh.
That is going to do it for this hour of Morning News Now.
Stay with us, so the news continues right now. Good morning. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm Savannah Sellers.
I'm Joe Fryer. Right now on Morning News Now, prayer and politics sharing the stage at a massive memorial for conservative activist Charlie Kirk. President Trump addressing a packed stadium in Kirk's home state of Arizona. The president joining a who's who of Republican voices paying tribute to Kirk less than 2 weeks after he was shot and killed while on tour in Utah.
He was assassinated because he lived bravely. He led boldly, and he argued brilliantly without apology. He's a martyr now for American freedom.
More on the event that was both a commemoration and a call to action for the GOP. Plus, uncertain future. Jimmy Kimmel's late night talk show still off the air after the comedian's comments about Kirk's murder. Now growing calls to boycott ABC and its parent company, Disney. We will bring you the latest. Developing this morning, goodbye summer. It is the first day of fall, and it's certainly feeling like that for much of the country. We're tracking the conditions, plus a hurricane gaining strength and taking aim at the Caribbean. And we like big bears, and we cannot lie. You heard that right. Fat Bear Week is back early this year. A dozen of Alaska's finest and fluffiest residents competing for your vote. More on the delightful yearly tradition that shines a spotlight on the beloved brown bear before they go into hibernation. And lots of salmon this year, which means they are fatter than ever.
Every year I'm like, I love this thing.
It is.
I hadn't thought about it for a while.
I feel like it should be retitled, but maybe it shouldn't. I don't know. Anyway, let's begin this morning with Charlie Kirk's memorial service. Officials in Glendale, Arizona say more than 64,000 mourners packed a stadium there Sunday morning, including President Trump and many high-level members of his administration.
In an emotional speech, Kirk's widow, Erica, said she has forgiven her late husband's accused killer because it's what Charlie would have wanted. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky is outside that stadium in Glendale, Arizona with more. Morgan, good morning.
Yeah, here in Glendale, this event at times felt like a memorial service and other times veered into campaign rally territory, with multiple speakers taking to the stage and acknowledging Charlie's deep commitment to his Christian faith, while also promising to carry on his legacy of conservative activism.
On Sunday, Arizona State Farm Stadium filled to capacity. More than 60,000 people paying tribute to the conservative activist Charlie Kirk, whose assassination shocked supporters nationwide. While some remembered Kirk as a martyr and a warrior, his widow Erica remembered her late husband and father of their children.
I will miss him so much because our marriage and our family were beautiful.
Also leaning on her faith with this message for her husband's accused killer.
I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate.
President Trump also remembering Kirk.
Charlie's murder was not just an attack on one man or one movement. It was an attack on our entire nation.
While striking a different tone from his widow.
He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
The president crediting Kirk with helping win the 2024 election by rallying young voters, saying he'll posthumously award him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The other speakers vowing to spread Kirk's conservative Christian values, especially to young people.
Charlie exemplified kindness, courage, and a commitment to open debate.
Trump's deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller, railing against political enemies.
We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened.
Security at the stadium tight, with speakers protected by bulletproof glass.
I'm a Christian. I wear it on my sleeve, so...
Andrew Smith interviewed Charlie Kirk less than an hour before he was killed 2 weeks ago at Utah Valley University.
It was such a unifying feeling in there, and I think that that's what we need more of.
Some critics point out Kirk's controversial track record, making racially charged comments and labeling Muslims and transgender people as threats. But Secretary of State Marco Rubio calling for more of the open debate Kirk was known for.
The irony in all this is that what our nation needs is the ability to discuss our differences openly, honestly, peacefully, respectfully, and Charlie Kirk did that more than anyone.
And as this memorial service was playing out, FBI Director Kash Patel took to X, sharing that the Bureau was investigating multiple questions and theories surrounding the shooting, specifically whether hand signals were used by people near Charlie in the moments before he was shot. And they're also looking into who visited the alleged shooter's home in the days prior to the shooting. As for the alleged gunman, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, he remains in Utah County Jail facing the potential death penalty with his court date coming up later this month. We'll send it back to you.
Morgan, thank you.
And the fallout does continue following Disney's decision to take late-night host Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Kimmel's ABC show was canceled last week following comments he made about Kirk's murder. There are now growing protests against the company as concerns over free speech in the U.S. intensifies. NBC News correspondent Liz Kreutz joins us now from Los Angeles with the latest. Liz, good morning.
Hey, Joe, good morning to you. Yeah, it has been 5 days now since Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, and ABC and its parent company, Disney, have still not said anything about the future of the show. Right now, it remains unclear when, if ever, Kimmel will be back on the air. And as the company remains silent, the calls to boycott Disney are getting louder.
This morning, the backlash growing over ABC's decision to take Jimmy Kimmel off the air amid pressure from the FCC commissioner. Overnight, fellow comedian John Oliver speaking out.
It seems like a pretty clear case of the government pressuring companies to censor speech.
Last week, comments Kimmel made about Kirk's alleged shooter sparking outrage among conservatives.
With the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
President Trump, who celebrated the decision to suspend Kimmel, addressing the fallout at Kirk's memorial.
And the same commentators who this week are screaming fascism over a canceled late-night TV show where the anchor had no talent and no ratings. Last week were implying that Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him.
But the Trump administration, including FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, are facing criticism from Democrats and even some Republicans for appearing to pressure ABC to take Kimmel off the air.
I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
In a rare break from President Trump, Republican Senator Ted Cruz comparing Carr's comments to those of a mob boss.
And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas.
Republican Senator Rand Paul also responding.
Absolutely inappropriate. Brendan Carr's got no business weighing in on this. But people have to also realize that despicable comments, you have the right to say them, but you don't have the right to employment.
Meanwhile, in Hollywood, celebrities, including stars of Disney Marvel movies like Mark Ruffalo, Pedro Pascal, and Marissa Tomei, showing support for Kimmel. The fallout continuing throughout the entertainment industry. While authorities are also looking into whether the controversy may be connected to a recent shooting at an ABC station. The FBI arresting a 64-year-old man they say is responsible for firing shots into the station in Sacramento. Social media pages appearing to belong to the suspect show he often shared posts critical of President Trump.
And that man is now facing federal charges. His attorney tells us he plans to plead not guilty when he appears in a Sacramento court later today. Meanwhile, we've continued to reach out to Disney and ABC for comments about Kimmel's future and have not heard back, guys.
All right, Liz, thank you.
Well, President Trump is heading to New York City later today for his highly anticipated speech tomorrow at the UN General Assembly. Ahead of his trip, though, the president is set to make an announcement today regarding autism. The Washington Post reports the Trump administration will raise concerns about pregnant women's use of the active ingredient in Tylenol and a potential link to an increase in autism in children. NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joins us with more on what we can expect. Hey, Gabe, good morning.
Hey there, Savannah. Good morning. President Trump has long voiced concerns about rising autism rates in the U.S. The reason for that increase has long been debated, but researchers have said that greater awareness, screening, and reporting are at least partly responsible. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., though, is skeptical of the medical establishment, and today's announcement is certain to cause controversy. This morning, the White House preparing to make an announcement related to autism. President Trump speaking at the memorial for Charlie Kirk.
I think we found an answer to autism. We're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism, how it happens, so we won't let it happen anymore.
The Washington Post, citing 4 people familiar with the matter, reporting the Trump administration will raise concerns about pregnant women's use of the active ingredient in Tylenol and the possibility it could be linked to an increased risk of autism in children. The president asked overnight if he would make that link.
I think it's a very big factor.
The Post reporting federal officials plan to warn pregnant women against using Tylenol early on unless they have a fever. But researchers have found the active ingredient in Tylenol, acetaminophen, to be the safest option for pain relief in pregnancy. And most scientific literature suggests no link between exposure during pregnancy and autism.
Study after study has actually shown that there's no causal link with Tylenol and pregnancy and autism.
The company that makes Tylenol telling NBC News, "We believe independent, sound science clearly shows that taking acetaminophen does not cause autism," adding that without the drug, pregnant women will either, quote, "suffer through conditions like fever that are potentially harmful to both mom and baby," or use riskier alternatives. Trump's health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has repeatedly aired theories about autism that have alarmed experts, including linking it to vaccines, which has been debunked. The medical world now waiting for the president's announcement.
We're going to be doing it with Bobby and Oz and all of the professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing.
Gabe, there are also new allegations about border czar Tom Homan. What more can you tell us?
Yes, Savannah. In an undercover operation last year, Tom Homan allegedly accepted $50,000 in cash after telling FBI agents posing as businessmen that he could help with future Trump administration contracts. Now, that's according to multiple sources and documents reviewed by MSNBC. The FBI director and the deputy attorney general responded to that report that current officials reviewed the findings and found no credible evidence of any criminal wrongdoing. The White House, meanwhile, is calling the investigation blatantly political. Savannah.
All right, Gabe, thank you.
Former Vice President Kamala Harris's new book hits shelves tomorrow. It's titled 107 Days. That was the length of her campaign for president last year after President Biden dropped out. In the book, she gives an intimate look at her failed run for the White House. Meet the Press moderator Kristen Welker has more.
Hello there, Joe and Savannah. This week on Meet the Press, I spoke exclusively with Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro about former Vice President Kamala Harris's new book and why she ruled him out as her running mate. I want to turn now to something that has gotten the attention of the country, but particularly the Democratic Party. We are starting to hear about the first excerpts and the book release of former Vice President Kamala Harris's book. It comes out this week. You were, of course, on the short list to be Vice President Harris's running mate. I want to read a little bit about what she writes about you. She writes that in your meeting, you seemed more focused on defining your role than helping her, that you even asked about artwork for the residents, and she worried that you would, quote, be unable to settle for a role as number two. Is that an accurate account?
I mean, look, I haven't read her book. The only thing I was focused on was working my tail off to deny Donald Trump a second term. I crisscrossed the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I went to communities that the campaign didn't even show up in to try and make clear the dangers I saw in Donald Trump, that costs would go up and our freedoms would go down and be limited. Sadly, I was right about that because now Donald Trump has been given the opportunity to return to the Oval Office. I worked hard to make sure that didn't happen, and sadly, we were unsuccessful at the ballot box. As for the process I went through with the vice president, I said throughout it, she had a personal decision to make, obviously, and in the end, so did I. And I think that, I'm going to go forward and continue to do this work now to push back on what the president is doing and try and protect my state.
You can see my full interview and a whole lot more at MeetThePress.com. You can also get more Meet the Press right here on NBC News Now every weekday at 4 p.m.
Thank you, Kristen.
Well, we are learning more about a shooting at a New Hampshire country club over the weekend. Police say a gunman opened fire while people were eating dinner and a wedding reception was getting underway.
This morning, a 23-year-old suspect is facing a second-degree murder charge. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock joins us with more on this. Sam, good morning.
Yeah, guys, good morning. It was sudden. It was shocking. According to authorities, the entire thing lasted less than a minute. This is according to the state's attorney general, who credited a quick response from law enforcement and the selfless actions of patrons for limiting the violence. Police say the suspect, a former employee at that club, killed a father of three, but they don't believe the two had any connection. With the community still in shock, police in New Hampshire this morning trying to determine a motive after a deadly shooting over the weekend at a Nashua country club.
We have multiple casualties.
Police say the suspect, 23-year-old Hunter Nadeau, strode into the Sky Meadow Country Club with diners in one room and a wedding reception next door. They say he used a handgun to shoot an employee, then entered one of the club's restaurants and shot 2 other people, fatally wounding 59-year-old Robert DeCesar, a father of 3. Family members say DeCesar confronted the shooter, giving his wife and daughter time to get underneath the table and survive.
It's disbelief. It's absolute disbelief and denial. This, when they said a man's been killed, you say, but not my son. It can't be my son.
NBC News was not immediately able to reach an attorney for Nadeau, who police say lived in Nashua and previously worked at the country club. He's now charged with reckless second-degree murder in a shooting that some wedding guests initially thought were balloons popping.
We heard about 6 shots and everybody ducked for cover. And
officials praising the efforts of the restaurant's customers who tried to intervene.
I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the patrons in the restaurant who acted selflessly and quickly with more care for their fellow citizens than for themselves to help keep this a contained event.
The alleged shooter is expected to be arraigned later today in Nashua, with authorities saying that more charges are likely. Officials at Sky Meadow Country Club say they're cooperating with law enforcement officials as they continue to conduct their investigation, but we're unable to comment further at this time. And guys, the victim's daughter is expected to be getting married in about a month and a half, a father of 3. And now they say there's a hole that's been created that just can't be filled.
Oh, thinking of that family. Sam, thank you so much.
Heartbreaking.
All right, let's get a check at your morning news now weather. Clear skies to kick off the very first day of fall here in New York City. Here's a look at the plaza this morning. There will be leaves there turning different colors at some point. A great way to start the new season.
Yeah, it's a little chilly, though. It's feeling it. Meanwhile, some storms are expected across the plains. We've got Michelle Grossman here in studio with your forecast. Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. And yeah, that's going to be the big story today. We are looking at scattered storms. We saw them all weekend long in parts of the plains. We're going to see that once again. And those scattered storms will extend into the Great Lakes. So look at all this green on this map for today. That includes the Intermountain West, chance of rain into the southwest. Really nice along the west coast. But notice the Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley, the interior parts of the northeast, even down to the Gulf Coast and the southeast. We are looking at the chance for showers. And notice those brighter colors. We could see some heavier rainfall. Could even see some stronger storms, especially across the plains. So by Wednesday, we're going to see the storm system moving slowly, but still moving to the east. So now we're looking at rain from Texas back to the same places into the Great Lakes, parts of the northeast, a flood risk throughout the Ohio Valley, into the Tennessee and Mississippi Valley, the western part of the nation looking good, warm and sunny on Wednesday, and then looking dry too in most of the southwest. As we near Friday, there's that storm system now impacting parts of the northeast, New England to the mid-Atlantic, down to portions of the Carolinas in the southeast. And this does have a lot of heavy rainfall with it. So we're going to watch that very closely. This is so needed, though, in portions of the northeast and the mid-Atlantic into New England. So we're going to welcome this rain as we near the weekend. Looking really seasonal throughout the middle of the country on Friday, and plenty of sunshine along the west coast as we near the end of this work week. Let's talk about those scattered storms because, again, that's the biggest part of this story on this Monday. Area of low pressure bringing the scattered storms, a severe risk from Texas all the way to Iowa. And where you see the yellow here, those are the likeliest spots of seeing those stronger to severe storms, where we could see winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour, could see some hail, of course, some heavy rainfall, and also the chance of an isolated tornado or 2. So we're going to be watching that very closely. Bill is in this weekend covering News Now, and he will keep you up to date on any of those storms. Rainfall, big story. We see lots of brighter colors corresponding to the higher amounts on this legend here. And some spots could see locally 5 inches. That's going to lead to the risk for flash flooding, not only today, but also tomorrow. Another place that's heating up, the tropics. We're looking at Gabrielle. Good news is we're not expecting any landfall. We're going to see that right-hand turn like we've seen all season long, and that's going to happen with Gabrielle, too. It's going to start to make that northwest turn, northeast turn as we go throughout today, and then it's going to strengthen, too. So we're looking at those large swells into Bermuda. Could even see some rougher surf along the Carolinas, but then it moves due east as we go throughout the next couple of days. But look at the rest of the tropics. So we have Hurricane Gabrielle. We're also watching 2 more disturbances. We haven't seen this much this season. It's been relatively quiet, knock on wood here, but we are looking at some spots that could develop as we go throughout the later part of the week. So it's that part of the season where we're starting to see things heating up. Back to you guys.
Glad you knocked on wood there. Thank
yeah,
you.
No, we're right here. All right, there's much more to come here on Morning News Now. Later this hour, protecting our oceans. Dozens of countries backing a new treaty to limit human activity in international waters. just as the Trump administration outlines plans to mine the ocean floor.
Up first after the break, a significant shift on the war in the Middle East as three key American allies formally recognize a Palestinian state. More on the move and what it means next. Stay with us.
We're back with the UK, Canada, and Australia formally recognizing a Palestinian state. The announcement on Sunday marks a significant shift in foreign policy and break from their alignment with the United States.
Several other European countries and U.S. allies are expected to follow suit this week. Hamas applauded the decision, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was critical, calling it, quote, a prize for Hamas.
NBC News International correspondent Matt Bradley is in Tel Aviv with the latest for us. Matt, good morning. So this recognition of a Palestinian state, it's largely a symbolic gesture, but what message does it send to Israel?
That's right. It is symbolic, but it is a strong message, as symbolism often does. It sends to Israel this message, as you asked, about its own isolation, its increasing pariah status in the international community. Even though the United States has opposed this move by these Western powers, many of them U.S. and Israeli allies, of recognizing this Palestinian state. While this doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be some practical impact on the ground in the Gaza Strip or in the West Bank, it really does change the conversation, and it really could be the first step in many toward these governments taking a harder line on Israel, because that would mean the recognition of a Palestinian state would enjoin them to make certain changes and allowances for Palestine as a nation. In other words, they would be enjoined to act under many of these legal systems for some of these countries to protect Palestine as a nation and go against Israel if it makes any decisions, such as taking land in the West Bank, that they see as infringing upon Palestinian sovereignty. So there is that practical effect. But as of now, we still haven't heard how the Israelis plan to respond. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, like many world leaders, is going to be in New York. He's going to be addressing the UN General Assembly on Friday. We can expect a defiant speech to a largely empty room, as many diplomats are likely to walk out. Then he will be meeting on Monday with President Donald Trump. And only after that, I'm told by people who have been briefed on these discussions inside Israel's cabinet, only after that are we likely to hear about steps or retaliation from the Israeli government.
And Matt, it has been nearly a week since Israel launched this offensive on Gaza City. What is the latest there on the ground?
Yeah, well, we're hearing of dozens more killed. The Israelis are moving into Gaza City, the most populous part of the Gaza Strip. And of course, this has attracted worldwide opprobrium, particularly from those countries who are planning now to recognize Palestinian statehood. For some of them, that was one of the contingencies, that they would recognize, in the case of Britain, Palestinian statehood unless the Israelis improved the dire humanitarian crisis in the Gaza Strip. So that's why some of these countries are pushing ahead with this recognition that has caused so much anger within the Prime Minister's office and the cabinet here in Israel.
Matt, also other news from the region, a report by the Committee to Protect Journalists. It found that this Israeli attack, it killed 31 journalists in Yemen. That was earlier this month. That it was the second deadliest attack ever on the press. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, and the deadliest attack since 2016. It looks as though more than 30 journalists were killed. Many of them were working for Houthi-affiliated news agencies or newspapers. They were huddled in their offices trying to churn out that last changes to their edition. And that's why so many of the top people in these news agencies were killed, including, according to Houthi media, one child. So this was something that, kind of went under the radar. We've seen a lot of killings by the Israelis of journalists in the Gaza Strip, now numbering more than 200, according to some estimates. So this is something that has, again, attracted a lot of criticism against Israel and allegations that Israel is simply trying to silence its critics.
All right, Matt, thank you so much.
A historic effort to protect ocean life is set to become international law. On Friday, Morocco became the 60th country to ratify the UN's High Seas Treaty, giving it enough support to actually go into effect in January.
The treaty calls for creating marine protected areas and sharing profits from genetic material found in international waters. It also urges a precautionary approach to human activity at sea, including deep sea mining. This comes as the Trump administration has outlined plans to open the door for companies to mine the ocean floor.
To help us understand what's at stake here, we're joined by Lisa Spear. She's the director of the International Oceans Program at the Natural Resources Defense Council. Lisa, good to have you with us. So first of all, just tell us, what does this treaty actually change in terms of protecting the ocean? In your mind, why is it so important?
Thanks, Joe. So, up until now, the high seas have been kind of a wild west. This treaty establishes a global rule book under which we can now create the equivalent of national parks in the ocean. Less than 2% of our ocean is currently strongly protected. And this will clear a path for us to greatly expand protections for important places in our ocean.
How do deep sea mining plans, like we just mentioned, clash with the goals here of the High Seas Treaty?
The fundamental goal of this treaty is to make sure that we understand what the impacts are of activities like deep sea mining that can have significant adverse effects. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of science about the deep ocean. In fact, we know more about the backside of the moon than we do about this part of our planet. Until we have a much better understanding of what species are out there and how they might be important to humans, for example, for biomedical research, it's, in our view, a real mistake to proceed with such a destructive activity.
So, Lisa, you have 60 countries, but more are expected to ratify the High Seas Treaty this week at the UN Climate Summit here. The treaty is something the U.S. has signed, but it hasn't ratified. So I guess a couple questions here. How much can this latest international law be enforced across the globe? And considering the Trump administration and some of its stands when it comes to these issues, is it something you think the U.S. is going to be a part of?
Great question. So unfortunately, there is no equivalent of a world ocean police, for example. But it does have some teeth. Countries that ratify agree to police their own fleets and to use ports to block violators. They follow a shared compliance system. And the more nations that join this treaty, the tighter the net. With respect to the U.S. ratification, we are optimistic that the United States will eventually join this group of countries because it wants a seat at the table. And it's better to have the U.S. in the group than outside. So we're hopeful that this will eventually get ratified.
All right. Lisa Spear, thanks for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up, shutdown looming, the Senate voting to block both parties' plans to keep the government funded. We're going to have the latest in Politics Now.
Plus, Fact versus Fiction will take an in-depth look at past research on childhood autism, what's real and what's been debunked. That is next on Morning News Now. We'll be right back. Back now with a closer look at what's making news in the world of politics this morning. We're going to start with a potential government shutdown less than 2 weeks away, and lawmakers are not any closer to getting a deal done to keep the government funded.
NBC News politics reporter Megan Leibowitz joins us with that and more. Megan, good morning.
Hey, Joe and Savannah, good morning. Yeah, let's start with the Hill, where we're staring down a potential government shutdown. Lawmakers have until the end of the month to fund the government, but on Friday, the Senate failed to pass two different short-term funding proposals, one from Republicans and one from Democrats. Now, a government funding bill needs 60 votes in the Senate, meaning that any proposal will need some bipartisan support. Both parties, though, are already blaming each other. And looking ahead, lawmakers aren't expected to be on the Hill this week, so it's not clear what the plan is for avoiding a shutdown. Let's go next to President Trump's $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. Well, it looks like it was short-lived because a judge struck it down just days after it was filed. The judge said that the current legal complaint was improper and that lawyers should know that a lawsuit isn't a forum for, quote, rage against an adversary. The judge, though, gave the president 4 weeks to revise the complaint. Finally, let's head to the Department of Agriculture, which confirmed that it was ending food security reports. Big picture here, these reports have been regularly published for decades. But in explaining its decision, the Department of Agriculture argued that the reports, quote, failed to present anything more than subjective liberal fodder. The announcement also comes just months after the so-called Big Beautiful Bill passed, which enacted more work requirements in order for people to be eligible for food stamps. And that's a look at what is making news and politics this morning. Guys?
All right, Megan, thank you.
This morning, we've been reporting on the expected announcement by the White House about a potential link between the use of Tylenol during early pregnancy and autism. There have been decades of research looking into the root causes of autism. Experts say it's crucial to separate fact from fiction and hear directly from families with children who are diagnosed with autism. NBC News medical reporter Erica Edwards sat down with one family to discuss the challenges they faced and the progress they've seen.
A fixation on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches was one of the first signs that 3-year-old Tori Ridgway might be wired differently.
A lot of pepper.
Opting to eat and play alone, separate from his preschool classmates.
Everything would be going on around him, but he would be off to the side.
Tori wasn't picking up on social cues like how to have a conversation.
When he came home, we would say, "How was your day? How was your day?" And he would say, "How was your day?"
A diagnosis of autism threw Tori's parents, Vanessa and Troy, into crisis.
And I knew nothing. I didn't feel like I could successfully mother this child. I didn't know how to help him.
As his father, what can I do to fix it?
Autism was a devastating name or word back then. Parents would be thinking that their child would maybe have to go live in a residential institution.
That was almost 20 years ago. The disorder long misunderstood. Look at Rain Man from the 1980s.
I like having you for my brother. I'm an excellent driver.
For decades, one of the only representations of autism in the mainstream. A lot has changed since then. Dr. Roy Grinker, an anthropology professor at George Washington University, has spent 3 decades studying autism around the world as the medical community searched for its cause, hitting a slew of dead ends.
And some of them are absurd. Pasteurized milk, television, iPod batteries.
None of those research shows have any ties to autism. But what the current research does show is genetics playing a major role. Hundreds of genes identified so far. And there's some evidence of other factors as well, such as advanced parental age, extreme prematurity, or oxygen deprivation to the baby's brain at birth. Despite progress in understanding the mysteries of autism, one unfounded claim remains pervasive: the role of vaccines. The MMR vaccine has been used successfully since its FDA approval in the 60s, but one study in the 90s suggested a link to autism. The research was deeply flawed and later retracted and dismissed by major medical groups.
Vaccines don't cause autism.
But the damage was done. Voices like actress Jenny McCarthy, who claimed vaccines triggered her son's autism, amplified the myth. We reached out to McCarthy and did not immediately hear back. She often says she doesn't oppose vaccines, but want parents to do their own research. The phrase becoming a rallying cry as vaccine hesitancy spread through the country way before COVID-19. Now an NBC News investigation showing vaccine rates for kids have declined in more than 3/4 of U.S. counties, all despite at least 16 robust population-based studies from different countries debunking any connection between vaccines and autism. But skeptics remain, as autism diagnoses have risen over time to 1 in every 31 children now. Experts say the increase is due in part to better screening and wider diagnosis of autism spectrum, not a change in biology.
We see a lot more cases of autism today because the diagnostic criteria have expanded. Their pediatricians are on the lookout for it.
But it hasn't stopped longtime vaccine critic and now Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
The epidemic is real.
From stoking fears of a wave of autism.
Autism is increasing in prevalence at an alarming rate.
His own agency, the CDC, contradicting him just the next day, releasing a report highlighting how more kids are diagnosed earlier thanks to, quote, more evaluations and identification.
Unrelenting upward trend.
Secretary Kennedy also under fire for his remarks likening autism to a disease.
These are kids who will never pay taxes. They'll never hold a job. They'll never play baseball.
Many people with autism say they do contribute to society and insist it's part of their identity.
Hey, I'm so glad to meet you, Tori.
Likewise.
Like Tori Ridgway, now 22 years old, in college, studying aerospace engineering in Florida, a long way from his Maryland home. Did you ever think that you would get to this moment?
he just shows us every day the resilience that he has.
Tori has learned how to adapt his autism to his environment.
I think some of the best ways that autism helps me is I tunnel vision on one thing. We hyperfixate on something, and when we become really, really good at it and really knowledgeable about it, for me, that is aircraft, that is fighter jets. That's not to say I know everything about it, but I know a lot at this point, and I'm still learning a lot.
As the country learns more about autism and how to help those living with it thrive. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Coming up, the ongoing trade war fumbling some football fans' tailgating traditions.
Across the border right now, and I used to go a lot.
We're going to take you to Buffalo, where a big part of the Bills Mafia says they're being forced to skip out on those Sunday festivities. This is Morning News Now.
Welcome back. As the new NFL season gets underway, some Canadian fans are finding themselves caught between their passion for football and their frustration with America's trade policies. NBC News Chief Capitol Hill correspondent Ryan Nobles shows us how politics is spilling over into the stands.
Matt Granito is a longtime Bills fan and a lifelong Canadian.
This is football. This is where you get away.
Those two things have never come into conflict for him.
And you're not thinking politics, Canadian at all. No, there's nothing like that.
But this is no ordinary year.
Canadians are a proud people.
Canadians are sending a message over the Trump administration's decision to institute heavy tariffs and suggest Canada should become America's 51st state.
I think that's really gotten under the skin of Canadians, and it's influencing their purchasing decisions.
Tourist stops like the Martin House in Buffalo, a Frank Lloyd Wright designed property, have seen their Canadian visitor base plummet.
We're at 3% Canadian visitation, so that's a huge concern for us.
But the one thing Canada cannot replicate is this, the game day tailgate experience. It is unique to the NFL and specifically to Buffalo.
Crossing the border was a tough decision for Lindsay Teal, the mom of a rabid Bills fan.
I just don't cross the border right now, and I used to go a lot. This is the first time I'm doing it just because they really wanted to come to the game, and I didn't want to miss it with my kids.
The Western New York metro area is among the smallest in the NFL. But when you include the booming metropolis of Toronto, a 3-hour drive from the Bills Stadium, the potential for Bills fans explodes. Tim Graham covers the Bills for The Athletic.
They make up 15% of the Bills season ticket base, roughly. And that's a lot of people for a small market team especially.
Across the border.
Hi, how are you?
At Manhattan Sports Bar in St. Catharines, Ontario, Bills Sundays are packed.
For 3 hours a week, the only country you got to worry about is Bills country.
These fans love their team, but are paying much closer attention to where their money goes.
You've been a lifelong Bills fan.
51 years.
Even when it comes to football.
As much as I love the Bills and the new stadium and everything, I would never go over. I'd just watch it on TV.
Back in New York, it's clear that for fans like Granito, politics and football don't mix.
We've always been so close as countries, right? So, I mean, it's going to get settled one way or the other.
He loves his country, but has already signed up for Bills season tickets in their new stadium for the next 30 years. Confident his team will finally win the big one soon.
Yeah, Super Bowl would just be the icing on the cake.
Ryan Nobles, NBC News, Orchard Park, New York.
Some money news for you. More fallout today from Google's landmark ad tech trial.
NBC Savannah now has that and other Wall Street headlines. Savannah, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, so a federal judge will weigh remedies in Google's ad tech trial starting today after the tech giant in April was found to have operated an advertising monopoly. Now, the Justice Department is pushing for a divestiture of parts of Google's ad business. Google is appealing the original ruling. Shares of Apple supplier Luxshare up 10% this morning after a report that the Chinese device maker has signed a deal with OpenAI to make a consumer device. Now, tech site The Information reports that one of the products OpenAI has talked to suppliers about is something that would resemble a smart speaker without a display. And Apple's new iPhone Air is the slimmest phone yet from the company, but it also has Apple's custom A19 Pro chip, which changes the architecture of the phone to increase computer power for artificial intelligence. Apple also just debuted its first ever wireless chip and a second generation of its iPhone modem. Analysts say that now gives Apple control of all the core chips in the iPhone, guys.
Wow. It's going to be like a potato chip.
That thing is so thin. Wow.
Very.
Thanks, Savannah.
Coming up, they're big, burly, and very ready to win.
When we come back, we'll introduce you to the stars of this year's beloved Fat Bear Week. Bear with us. Morning News Now. We'll be right back. We are back now with drumroll, please. Fat Bear Week. If you've never heard of it, it's an annual online contest where fans track bears that are bulking up for winter at Alaska's Katmai National Park, and everybody picks their favorites.
And this year's already stacked with some serious heavyweight contenders. NBC News correspondent Emily Ikeda has a pool going on. There's just a lot of activity around.
I gotta introduce you to a personal favorite, Grazer, the 700 to 800 pounds, just a cool 800 pounds mama bear who is just so massive. You see her on your screen right now. She is the one to beat two-time champ as more eyes than ever are turning to Fat Bear Week.
This morning, it's survival of the fattest at Alaska's Katmai National Park. Behemoth brown bears packing on the pounds ahead of hibernation season. And now they're battling it out for the title of brawniest Bruin in the popular online contest known as Fat Bear Week.
I have been waiting all year for this. I'm watching these babies plump up.
Last year, more than 1 million votes were cast from 100 countries. And for more than a decade, millions of diehard fans, including school classrooms, have been tuning in to the live cams at Katmai's Brooks Falls.
Fat Bear Week is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the internet.
Watching the park's 2,200 bears feasting on salmon and doubling in weight. Some males topping the scales at 1,500 pounds as they prepare for winter.
A fat bear is a healthy bear.
Park Ranger Sarah Bruce says thanks to extraordinary salmon numbers, this year the bears could be more rotund than ever.
They are eating as much as they can right now. They're in a state called hyperphagia, which it means that some of their hormones telling them that they're full turns off. So they don't feel full at all. They just keep eating and eating and eating.
From bears in Alaska to these lovebirds in California to the spring moose migration in Sweden, nature cams have become a hot ticket online. And with the big bracket reveal later today, 12 bears now facing off for Fat Bear Week. Many fans already rooting for the return of reigning two-time champ 128, known as Grazer, who became the first mama bear to win, tipping the scales at an estimated 800 pounds. And big appetites seem to run in the family. Her cub, 128 Jr., just won Fat Bear Jr., earning her a spot in the main event. Another likely contender, Bear 32, a.k.a. Chunk, who returned to Brooks River this spring with a serious jaw injury.
Brown bears are typically solitary creatures.
But Bruce says with so much food to go around, there's been an unexpected change.
We don't usually see these older, dominant male bears playing, but we saw them playing together quite a bit because they were just so well fed.
Serving up steep competition for who will reign supremely stout.
So the bracket reveal will happen later tonight. Voting begins tomorrow and runs through September 30th. Park rangers say all of the fun builds an appreciation for wildlife and exposes people to this remote region of the country. Those transformation photos in one season, I mean, they're chowing down on 30, 40 salmon a day.
Right.
So thus the doubling of the weight.
Same, yeah.
Wow.
I love that it's educational, too. Like, we're learning a lot from it.
I feel like we should name one, right?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be fun? There's Chunk, Snaggletooth, Grazer. I mean, I would like Big Mama, like that'd be fun.
Thanks, Emily. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
That's gonna do it for this hour of Morning News Now.
Stay with us, though. The news continues right now.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.